Hello. Today, we will talk about a somewhat private topic, but extremely important to men's health, especially when they are no longer as young as before. Many gentlemen have wondered, silently searched for an answer to a seemingly simple, but very sensitive question. Is there a way to improve the special physical condition of men, in a safe, natural way, and clearly proven by science? On the internet, in newspapers, in real life, there are countless pieces of advice, folk tips, secret remedies, and widespread advertising. But among that information, what is the truth? What is just unverified rumor? I do not tell this video based on emotion. I will guide you through the analysis from the perspective of science and modern medicine, helping you see the problem clearly, so that you can choose for yourself a suitable, safe improvement direction, not dependent on ambiguous advertising. And my friend, if you have ever heard of, tried a certain method, or have any thoughts or questions about this topic, please leave a comment below the video. Who knows, your sharing may help someone who is also quietly searching for answers like you did before. Now please join me to begin the journey of discovering scientifically proven methods to help men maintain their confidence, health and style in the healthiest way. Before we dive into the scientifically proven methods, I want to invite you to take a few minutes to look back at something very real in men's lives. That is, why are so many men, despite their age, family, life experience, still concerned, even secretly worried about this issue? Is it just a concern of youth? Or is it a very natural part of a man's psychology, at any stage of life? A recent statistic from Men's Health magazine, a famous health magazine for men, has shown that more than 60% of men have at least once felt worried about the size of their body in the sensitive area. More than 60%. That's not a small number. This shows that this is a real concern. A silent worry that many men do not easily share with anyone. And the thing is, this worry does not always originate from the body itself. Many times, it comes from invisible pressure from society. Images in the media, in movies, many times have drawn a stereotype of the ideal man. Strong, muscular, perfect in both body and demeanor. The more exposed to those images, the more people fall into a state of comparison, comparing themselves to an unrealistic standard. Then gradually a feeling of inferiority arises. And you know, inferiority, if left for a long time, will silently affect the psychology. Not only in the way men see themselves, but also affects the relationship between husband and wife, affecting closeness, openness, trust. So it's important to understand the reasons behind this anxiety. Not to blame yourself, but to know you are not alone. And most importantly, we absolutely can find healthy, safe, and scientifically proven solutions to live healthier, more confident, and happier every day. Now that we've looked at the reasons why many men feel anxious, perhaps it's time to look at a very clear, but little-known scientific fact. That is, in fact, most of the anxiety about size is just the result of false comparisons. Many men, for many years, always feel inferior, self-conscious, just because they think they are not as good as others. But the question is, who is other here? And is the standard you are comparing really true to the body of a normal person in real life? Let's look at the official scientific numbers. According to a synthesis of more than 15 major studies in the world, published in prestigious medical journals, the average length of a male penis when erect is between 12.9 and 13.9 centimeters. Not 18, 20 as rumored. Not what you've seen in movies. But it's about 13 centimeters, and this is the most common number of adult men globally. However, the unfortunate thing is, many men don't know this. They keep thinking that they are too small. They silently endure the feeling of lack of confidence for many years. Even, some people avoid sex, avoid seeing a doctor, just because this worry haunts so deeply in their hearts. But my friend, the truth is, size is not the deciding factor for happiness or manhood. More importantly, is the function working well? Is the body healthy? Does the blood circulate well? Is the spirit comfortable? Is the psychology stable? Those factors are the foundations that create true confidence in married life. Just imagine. A person can have big measurements, but is always tired, out of control, or anxious, stressed. Will the result be good? Meanwhile, a person who understands his body, knows how to regulate emotions, maintains a healthy lifestyle, and always keeps a positive spirit, will definitely bring deep attachment, true satisfaction to his partner. So, if you are worried about size, try to stop for a moment. Don't rush to compare. Don't hurt yourself because of images that are far from reality. Instead, remember, you are most likely perfectly normal, in the scientific sense. And if there is anything that is not satisfactory, the right solution always starts with understanding. Understand your body. Understand your health. And choose safe, healthy, natural, medically based ways to improve. As you can see, body size, especially in the sensitive area, does not need to be too large to bring satisfaction in married life, or confidence in oneself. But I understand that there are people who still want to improve. Not because of social pressure, not because of comparison, but simply because they want to improve their quality of life. Want to improve their physiological health proactively, naturally, and scientifically. And the good news is, today's modern medicine has clearly proven methods. No surgery, no dangerous drugs, but can still help improve the length of the male private area, if done correctly and persistently. These methods do not bring results overnight. They do not promise unrealistic things. But if you understand it right, do it right, and be patient, the results are not just in the numbers on the scale, but also in being healthier, more flexible, and feeling in control of your body in a positive way. So what are the specific methods? Right after this, we will learn together 3 methods to increase penis length, which have been recognized by medical experts and scientific research for their effectiveness. Each method will have its own advantages, its own conditions, and different levels of suitability for each person. Follow carefully to see which method is most suitable for you. As shared from the beginning, among the methods that many people learn about, the stretching exercise, also known as jelqing or stretching, is the name that is mentioned the most. This is a method that does not use drugs, does not use surgery. Instead, the practitioner will use his hands to massage and gently stretch, with the goal of stimulating blood circulation to the sensitive area of men. Why blood circulation? Because when the blood is evenly and properly directed to the spongy tissue of the body, that tissue will expand better, be more elastic. From there, in the long run, if performed regularly and with the right technique, can bring about a slight change in length and a sense of control. Some people also call this genital exercise for men, because it is similar to exercising your arm or leg muscles. But it needs to be done much more delicately and precisely. And to give you an idea, in the next section, we'll use 3D simulations, designed to be discreet, non-offensive, only intended to help you understand the basic form, direction, and movement. However, there's one thing I need to make very clear. To date, there's no medical evidence that this exercise will work for everyone. Some people get great results, others don't. The results, if any, come from consistency, proper technique, and individual fitness. But if you do it wrong, for example, by using too much force, not warming up before exercising, or doing it too often and causing tissue damage, the consequences can be pain, bruising, loss of sensation, and even infection. So, if you're considering trying this exercise, think of it as a gentle, slow, healing routine. Don't rush, don't force yourself. And it's best to learn the right technique from medical literature or a male specialist. An important rule to remember: never feel pain. Pain is a sign that you're doing it wrong, and you need to stop immediately. You can start with short sessions, just 5 to 10 minutes a day, with gentle, slow stretching, after warming up with a warm towel or warm bath. After the manual exercises in the previous section, a natural method but requiring high technique and perseverance. Now, we will come to a more scientific and systematic option, suitable for those who want to apply a solution with specific instructions and more clearly monitored. That is, the second method, using a stretching support device, also known as a penis extender. Basically, this is a mechanical medical device, designed to be worn on the outside of the penis, with the goal of creating a stable pulling force, just enough to stretch the tissue without causing damage. Its mechanism of action is based on a real principle in medicine called tissue proliferation under gentle stretching, mechanotransduction. To put it simply, like the way people straighten their teeth with braces, or lengthen their leg bones in orthopedic surgery, this device uses a gentle and continuous pulling force to create a signal for the body, forcing the tissue to grow more to adapt. And the important thing is, this method has been seriously clinically studied. According to a study published in the British Journal of Urology International, BJUI. This is one of the leading prestigious journals in urology. After 6 months of using the stretching device, 4 to 6 hours a day, the average penis length can increase from 1.5 to 2 centimeters. However, let's be honest and clear. This method does not bring immediate results. It requires the user to be persistent, disciplined, and use it correctly. And it cannot be applied arbitrarily. Not all devices sold online are trustworthy. And if you use a poor quality device, with the wrong traction force, it will not only be ineffective, but also risk causing pain, blood clots, and even complications. So if you are really interested in this method, choose a device with medical certification. Prioritize reputable brands, and if possible, talk to a male specialist before using it. In the next illustration, we will use a discrete 3D simulation, with a model frame, to help you understand the operating principle of the device, without causing offense or violating the policy. And an important note before you consider applying. This is a painless method, no medical intervention, no medication. If used correctly, it is completely safe and can significantly support the body shape. After you have learned the first 2 methods, one is manual training, the other is using a stretching device. You may be wondering, is there any method that will give you more obvious results? The answer is yes, but this is the most invasive, the most complicated, and the most risky method. We are talking about penis lengthening surgery, also known as suspensory ligament release. First, you need to understand a little about the anatomy. A part of the penis is actually hidden inside the body, fixed by a ligament called the suspensory ligament. When this ligament is cut, the part of the penis inside will be released. And thus, the part of the penis that is outside will be exposed longer than before. On average, if the surgery is successful, the patient can gain from 1 to 2.5 centimeters in length. In a relaxed or erect state, depending on the body and postoperative care. This method has been described in many medical documents and has been performed by some andrology centers. However, it is not widely popular, and is mostly only applied in cases of real necessity. Why? Although it can increase length, this surgery comes with many serious risks, such as loss of sensation, due to affected nerves, decreased erection, because the ligament being cut will cause the penis to lose its upward position during intercourse. Complications such as swelling, pain, infection, or permanent scarring. The cost of surgery is high, ranging from tens to hundreds of millions of VND, depending on the medical facility. In addition, the person who has had surgery must continue to wear a traction device for several months after surgery, to avoid tissue shrinkage and maintain the results. That means surgery is not a quick fix, as many people mistakenly believe. It is a complicated journey, requiring psychological, financial, and general health preparation. Therefore, most experts recommend surgery should only be performed after careful consultation, when the patient really has no other choice, or has a special condition that seriously affects their psychology and life. And if you are someone who just wants to increase a little for more confidence, please reconsider, because health, feeling, and function are always more important than appearance or numbers. True happiness comes from comfort, connection, and understanding in a relationship. Not from a few extra centimeters, but at the cost of risk. Up to this point, we have analyzed 3 scientifically based methods. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages, and most importantly, it needs to be done correctly, safely, and with clear instructions. But out there, unfortunately, there are still many methods, despite being widely advertised, that do not bring real results, and even have unpredictable dangers. Many people have believed, tried, and then paid the price with their health, their confidence, and even their physiological ability. First are the oral size-enhancing drugs. They are often introduced with beautiful names such as herbal enhancement, natural testosterone supplements. But in reality, most of them are not verified by any medical organization. Many products are of unknown origin, contain ingredients that directly affect the liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system, and if used for a long time, can cause endocrine disorders, blood pressure, and other serious systemic problems. Next are the types of oils or creams that increase size. In fact, these products only create an immediate effect, thanks to the mechanism of dilating blood vessels and increasing local blood circulation. Therefore, you may feel that your private area is tighter, bigger temporarily, but that is completely a temporary reaction of the body. Once you stop applying, this effect will disappear. Not only that, many types of oils or creams contain chemicals that can cause skin irritation, rashes, or uncomfortable burning. And the most dangerous of all methods is injecting silicone or industrial fillers into the private area. There are underground facilities that take advantage of customers' lack of knowledge to inject foreign substances directly into the body. Liquid silicone, untested fillers. They can cause extremely serious consequences: infection, tissue necrosis, permanent loss of sensation. And if the silicone flows back into the blood, it can even be life-threatening. This method has been banned in many countries, but it still exists quietly in some places, in disguise. So, if someone promises you a quick, painless, non-surgical solution, be alert. Don't believe it too quickly. Your health is the most precious thing. A wrong decision can have lifelong, irreversible consequences. And sometimes, just understanding your body better, knowing what needs to be improved, what needs to be accepted and loved, you have gone a long way on the journey to becoming a truly confident, strong, and healthy man. By now, you've probably realized something. Not all methods bring real results. Not all longer means happier. And not all deep intervention and spending a lot of money can improve the quality of married life. In reality, what makes a man attractive, loved, and respected doesn't lie in a specific number on the scale. It lies in attitude, confidence, and the way you connect with the people around you. According to many modern psychological studies, up to 80% of a man's attractiveness comes from his demeanor, care, and ability to communicate emotionally, not his physical appearance.
À calme gaz, à warm smile.
A person who knows how to listen, knows how to proactively share, knows how to put emotions before techniques. Those are the factors that bring harmony, closeness, and true sublimation in emotional life. Psychologists have also repeatedly affirmed that confidence from within is the strongest medicine for sexual and emotional life. When you are comfortable, gentle, without pressure about your body, you will communicate more naturally, caress more deeply, and that creates a stronger feeling of connection than any other mechanical technique. So, if you have ever felt self-conscious, if you have ever been obsessed with, "Am I big enough?" please stop for a moment and look back from a different perspective.
Ask yourself,
have I really listened to my body and emotions? Have I ever tried to build confidence with the little things, from the way I behave, care, listen, yet? Because real change starts from within.
and a man who knows how to love himself
Knows how to appreciate his own value. Will always radiate attraction, no matter what changes in appearance or age. And after all the sharing today, I believe that any man, at any age, deserves to live a healthy, confident, and happy life. That doesn't come from unrealistic advertising. It doesn't come from a quick, neat, effortless method. It comes from the way you choose to love and care for yourself, every day. If you are considering a change, start with the simplest but most effective things in the long term. Eat healthy. Exercise regularly. And keep a positive mindset. Don't compare, don't be self-conscious. And if you feel insecure, don't hesitate to see a male specialist. They are experts, experienced, and will give you the most correct and safest advice. Men's health is not a taboo. Take care of it, there's nothing to be shy about, and it's never too late. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share it with your family or friends, and subscribe to the channel to continue watching other science, life, and health videos. Wishing you good health, confidence, and live a happy, fulfilling life, from physical to mental.